Please note, I don't correct video mistakes because I want to keep the shoes flowing and as accurate as possible. However, I do try to improve each video. I'll be playing multiple shoes in video series to show the ups and downs of the strategy. Red and blue chips are worth $5. The bankroll is $50. If you don't get on a winning streak after spending $50, then you should leave the casino and try a different day. Otherwise, you may lose all day and all night. I'm still playing shoes hoping for the $300 shoe. I gamble by occasionally doubling my bet, gambling that I'm going to win 2 hands in a row. Then I reduce my bet back down to $10. This is frowned upon by some pit bosses, but it is within the rules, so they don't boot you from the casino for doing it. Lastly, remember the goal is to have fun at the casino and go home $300 ahead at the end of the month. I begin my first bet of the shoe with $15. I'm playing 5 hands. All chairs are full. The player is showing 3 or 13. The dealer has a weak bust card of 3. The player would like to improve his hand, so he's going to double down since the dealer shows a bust card. $15, double down. Main card. 19, not bad. $13, $18. The player wins, which is important at this point because we need a bankroll. I'm playing 6 decks. We should see a lot of the ups and downs playing 6 decks. So the player picks up his winnings and reduces his bet down to $10 to stay with the strategy. Yeah, it works. The player shows a 12 against the dealer's strong 10. However, the player hasn't checked the shoe to see if he can hit 12, 13, 14, 15, or 16. And with the bet being only $10, this is a good time to do so. So the player hits 12. 21, good hit. The shoe seems to be paying out, which is good to remember. 16, too much. Now normally I would double my bet once in a while, hoping to win 2 in a row, but this player has been winning a lot in a row, so doubling the bet at this point would not be good. We'll just go back down to the $10 bet. The shoe's got to go bad at some point. The player shows an 11 and the dealer is showing a strong 10. So since the dealer's got a strong 10, the player's just going to hit the 11, not double it. Even though usually doubling an 11 is good, he's not doing it for the fact that the dealer has a 10. 21, 14, bust. The player still doesn't see a good opportunity to double his bet, so he's going to stay at $10. The player has a 10 and the dealer also shows a 10. Usually doubling 10 is good, but since the dealer has such a strong card, the player's just going to hit 10. 20, not bad. $14. This is a weak bust card in the dealer's hand that was in the hole. 19. So the player wins again. Unusual, but it does happen occasionally. The player continues with his $10 bet to stay true to the strategy. The player has a 10 again, and the dealer has a strong 8. So the player is going to double down on this one for fun because he's been winning so hardcore. This could either make the shoe or break the shoe. We'll see what it does. Double down. $20. Good double down. 16. Too much. The player wins one more time. This isn't that unusual in the casino, but rarely happens that the player wins this many rows in it, this many times in a row, I should say. But we're going to have a nice bankroll for future shoes. We're trying to find a $300 shoe. Maybe this is it. The player reduces his bet to $10 to stay with the strategy. The player shows a 12 with a bus card in his hand. The 2's the bus card. 2's not good for a player, but it's pretty good for the dealer if he ever gets it, because he can make it 21 with a lot of different combinations. So he's got 12. He has not hit 12, 13, 14, 15, or 16 to see if the shoe supports it. So if you can hit it once, you can hit it again. Let's see what happens. 14. I've hit 14, hit it for fun. 20. Push. Finally, the player gets spanked on something at least. A push. He still didn't lose. Wow. This is an amazing shoe. I can't stress enough that I did not stack the deck. The player stays with his $10 bet. The player shows 10, and the dealer also has a strong 10 showing. So the player also has a bust card in his hand, so he's just going to hit this one time. But he's not doubling down. Definitely not against 10. Just hit it. 10, 13, 13 against a 10. Hit it for fun. If you can hit it once, you can hit it again. He has hit it the shoe before. So we're going to hit 13. 23, too much. So finally the player loses one. The dealer has 14, 19. The player reduces his bets $10, but this seems like a good time to see if he can win 2 in a row, just for fun. So he gets some house money, doubles it up, and bets $20. The player shows 20, but the dealer has a strong 9. So the player's just going to stay on 20. Why hurt a seemingly one hand anyway at this point? $19. The player reduces his bet back down to $10. Now we're going to do some chip management here, and we're going to make sure we keep $50 that belong to the player in the bankroll. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. The player has 8, and the dealer is showing a weak bust card of 4. So the player's going to double down, hoping the dealer busts on that 4. $19. Take that. $10. It's not a good sign. $21. The player loses. The player reduces his bet to $10. The player has 6 or 16, and the dealer is showing a strong 10. So the player's just going to hit this. $19. Or 18, I mean. $15. 16. Oh, staying on 16. 16 is really hard to hit, so I rarely do it. 20. Player reduces his bet to $10.